Welcome back. I'm Amanda with Healthy House on the Block, and I'm here with our weekly video and tip on creating an indoor space that truly supports your health and wellness rather than burdening it down with unnecessary toxins inside your space. This week we are going to do a deep dive into phenol toxins and what they are, where they are around your house, how to minimize them, and how to ultimately heal your body from this constant toxic exposure. So the first thing I like to cover when we do a deep dive is to really look at what are these toxins. So what are phenol toxins? I think one of the best ways to help you get rid of a toxin is to understand what it is, what it does, and why it's being used. This can help us identify where it could be hiding in your home, how to get rid of it, and what to replace it with that's a more natural and low toxin option. So phenols are an organic compound that is weakly acidic, and it's also water soluble. It's often used in the medical field as a disinfectant. So naturally it comes from decomposing organic material and waste, as well as tar and coal. Phenol is formed during forest fires as well from the creosote and benzene fumes. So this sounds like maybe it's more of a natural toxin, but the problem comes in when phenol is used to create resins, which is like a human-made polymer. It is also used to create BPA and other synthetic fibers. I should also note that while some small traces may be acceptable to our human bodies, there are so many sources of phenols in our day-to-day life that we are being exposed constantly to this chemical. So due to the disinfection properties in this toxin, it does have the ability to cause burns to tissue or skin that it comes in contact with. And our skin also absorbs this toxin when it comes in contact with it in a number of various applications. So I also want to share with you where phenol toxins are being found in and around your house. And the good news is this is a really easy toxin to start cutting out of your house because it comes in a lot of items that are one-time use items or items that we're purchasing again and again, so you can make a better choice when you go to the store next time. I mentioned earlier, we come in contact with phenols constantly in our day-to-day lives. I think this is where the biggest problem comes into play with these phenol toxins. Coming into contact with this toxin in one product may be fine for our bodies to handle, but once you add up all of the places we allow this toxin into our homes, it adds up so quickly and it begins to burden our body's immune system and hormone system. So some of the places that phenol toxins are present in our homes are air fresheners, deodorants, hairsprays, mouthwash, aspirin, acne medication, cleaning products, detergents, furniture polish, aerosol disinfectants, cosmetics, disinfecting cleaners, all-purpose cleaners, sunscreens, and lotions. So phenol is also a large component of adhesives, which are used in adhering plywoods and other composite type woods. We talked about this a few weeks ago. It's also present in plastics, in fertilizers, in paints and textiles within your home. And because phenol is added to herbicides and fertilizers, it's important to also mention that your drinking water can contain phenols, which is considered a toxic contaminant. So you can see that this toxin is in so many products and it's widely used. It doesn't mean that you need to cut out everything, but finding healthier, more natural products to begin to eliminate it from different areas of your home is a healthy change that you can make very simply. So now that we are starting to understand where phenol toxins are and what they're being used for, I also want to share with you some of the negative health impacts that start to happen when you become exposed to this toxin as much as we are being exposed to it. So phenol is quickly absorbed through the skin and it begins to negatively affect the kidney and liver right away. Some animal studies that have been done indicate that phenol can negatively affect fetal development as well when the chemical is ingested. Most studies point to the fact that phenols are most toxic to infants and to unborn babies as the absorption rate is so high with this toxin. A study done showed phenol has been associated with reductions in fetal weight and an increase in unusual neurological symptoms in newborns. Phenol toxins also mimic estrogenic activity, which in turn can cause hormone imbalance. And one thing that we know comes from unbalanced hormones is an increased risk of breast cancer development. And one of the larger studies conducted on phenol is that its toxicity to the reproductive system in both men and women is huge. So bringing me to the last and the best part of learning about phenols is how we can replace them with healthier alternatives. And like I said, looking at that list of items that phenols are in inside your home should make it pretty easy to swap out some of these smaller products like cleaners or shampoos or conditioners with healthier options. So really one of the best ways to cut phenol toxins out of your home is to be really aware and really intentional with what you bring in. And I cannot stress this point enough, but you are the keeper of your home and you get to decide what comes in and what your family uses. This is why I think the idea of conscious consumerism is incredibly important. Now, that doesn't mean just opting for any product you find that says green or eco-friendly, free and clear, or healthy is going to cut it. These are those unregulated terms that I've talked about time and time again that really don't mean anything when they're advertised on the back of a package. So instead, if you're unsure about products, do a little research before you replace it. The great thing with cutting out phenol toxins is that many of the products that contain this toxin are super simple swaps when you're ready. I have a list on my blog post this week with very specific swaps you can make, but we'll go through a couple of them here. So air fresheners, you can swap out for organic essential oils, or just cut out fragrance altogether and then use a high quality diffuser if you decide to go the essential oils route. You can start swapping out your detergents. I have a list of detergents on my website that include Molly Suds and other brands that you can buy off of Amazon and even find in Target. When it comes to cosmetics, I like to use third-party verification systems, and I like to cross-reference these. I don't use just the Think Dirty app, but I also like Clearia, and I also use MadeSafe, and I also use EWG, and I cross-reference my products, and it helps me find something that is safe to use on my skin. When it comes to cleaners and disinfectants, I want you to opt for a plant-based cleaner that is free from all toxins and safe to use around kids and pets. I love Aspen Clean. It is completely safe, EWG verified. It's a concentrate, and so it lasts forever, and it is my go-to cleaner for everything in my house. You can also take a look at your lotions and your sunscreens, and again, this is something we want to use a third-party app for, or multiple third-party apps, and really cross-reference these products to see what is going to be the safest. Now, one thing you could start to do is use a plywood sealer to seal in toxins from off-gassing. This would also seal in phenols and formaldehyde. I have this linked in the blog post this week. If you use plant fertilizers inside your home, you want to make sure that you're using something that is safe and natural. I actually did a post that has homemade options and safe fertilizers that you can purchase for your plants. So you can definitely head to the link in the bottom of my video description to find that so that you are avoiding phenols in your plant fertilizers. And then there's plastics. So if you can opt for items that are made of metal, of wood, of ceramic, or glass instead of plastic, you will be doing yourself a huge favor. And I have so many ideas on my website for better ways to decorate your home and replace things like plastic furniture with something that is more natural. I am so grateful that you have decided to hang out with me today, and I hope you can take at least one thing from this video and apply it in your own home, or at least make a plan to change something down the road. If this video was helpful, please go ahead and like the video, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I'm here every single week with new ideas, new tricks, and new tips on creating an indoor space that truly supports your health and your